This team missed every penalty on purpose, and the reason is unbelievable. Pogba did something straight up bizarre in the middle of the World Cup. These are the weirdest penalties you'll ever see, and they'll never happen again. Check out what went down in the US. The goalkeeper spent forever doing flips and dancing around to distract the opponent, but still got scored on with ease, and the other guy made sure to rub it in. If you haven't seen this one, you must have been living under a rock, because everyone's seen that crazy penalty where the guy hits the post, the ball flies way up, and while the goalie's already celebrating, it slowly rolls back into the net. He even tried to undo the mess he made, but it was way too late. And if you've got anxiety, don't watch this penalty. The guy takes forever to get ready, walks up super slow, even stops mid-run, and then completely botches the shot. Maybe that's where Pogba learned how to take penalties from. At least the French star actually knows how to kick the ball. Tell me, what was this goalie even pulling out of his shorts? And where was that coming from? Well, it doesn't really matter. He still managed to save the penalty. Even Ibrahimovic couldn't believe this one. Why? Because when you don't know what you're doing, maybe just take the penalty like everyone else does. And for those who think big stars never mess up, check out this ridiculous one from Dybala. I have no idea what this keeper was trying to do, but hey, it worked out, since the striker ended up taking a terrible shot. But hang on, he'll show up again later in this video. Immobile's a baller, and he definitely knows how to take a penalty. Just look at that goal. But celebrating? Yeah, that's clearly not his thing. This next play is just plain confusing. I'll let you watch and figure it out yourself. Pretty sure the football gods just didn't want that team to score. Round of 16 in the World Cup, England ties the game with a goal. But then one of the best strikers of the century goes and does this. As if missing the penalty wasn't enough, Argentina's players managed to mess up the rebound too. She honestly looked more like a defender clearing the ball away. And check this out. The same goalie from earlier used the exact same trick to mess with his opponent. There were 2 penalties in that match, and he saved both. I still have no clue what this strategy actually is, but hey, it seems to be working out. The craziest part about this one isn't even the failed chip shot. It's that the ball almost went in. The guy even chased after it. But since you can't touch the ball twice, there was nothing he could do. I've seen a lot of penalties go flying over the bar, but this one takes the crown. The absolute worst. Look at this ridiculous play. Sure, it's a charity match, but still, it's crazy to think this guy used to be a pro. A really good one. Now let's talk about another Pogba apprentice. And once again, one that would make the Frenchman cringe. He did everything right until the final touch, and then completely blew it. Missing a penalty because of a bad shot or just bad luck? Fine. But missing like that? That's just plain embarrassing. Wasn't there seriously anyone better on the team to take that kick? This team actually missed every single one of their penalty kicks. And yeah, they did it on purpose. We're talking about Caracas, who pulled this off as a form of protest. During the match, one of their goals got disallowed. So when it came down to penalties, they just said, screw it, and kicked the ball away on purpose. But here's the funny part. Those penalties didn't even count for anything. In the Venezuelan league, every game ended with a penalty shootout, just for show, and the winner got a small trophy sponsored by some company. Basically, it was a way for the league to make extra cash. So yeah, choosing that moment to protest was absolutely genius. I know the video quality isn't great, but this one's historic. Guess who pulled off this masterpiece? You'd never expect it. It was Del Piero. Remember those genius Messi Suarez penalties? Yeah, that's what these two were trying to do, but it went horribly wrong. Just imagine the coach's face after that one. And, of course, Neymar's penalty had to make the list. In his entire 15-year career, this was hands down the worst penalty he's ever taken. Not even Beckham escapes this one. He's one of the best set-piece takers ever. But yeah, even he messed up. And this miss haunted him for years. It was actually one of the reasons he left Manchester United, since some English fans started turning against him. Why? Because that bizarre penalty ended up knocking England out of the Euro. Have you ever seen a goalkeeper defend a penalty without gloves? Well, this guy had to step in as a keeper and refused to wear them. Not only did it work, but that save helped Portugal reach the semi-finals of the Euro. Talk about bad luck. This guy couldn't catch a break. Well, some people would say it was all thanks to the keeper. This dude tried to pull off Neymar's little hesitation move, but ended up doing the impossible. He completely lost control and ran right past the ball. Sure, the pitch was awful, but I'm pretty sure none of his teammates managed to embarrass themselves that badly. Help me out over here. Do you think he was trying to chip it, fake the goalie, or just place it in the corner? Now check out how calm this guy is. I've seriously never seen someone take a penalty this chill before. This penalty was brilliantly saved, and not only that, he pulled off another insane save right after that. This guy was a genius. Instead of backing up, he stayed right next to the ball and kicked it the second the ref blew the whistle. The way this guy went in was so perfect, it almost looked intentional. You can't say it wasn't heading straight for goal. Ever seen a penalty saved with someone's stomach? Well, it's impossible, because with a weak shot like this, you could stop it with literally any part of your body. It's stoppage time. The other team breaks into the box, dribbles past the keeper, and he sacrifices himself, commits the foul, and gets sent off. But there were no substitutions left. The only option was to throw an outfield player in goal, and he actually saved it. You don't see that every day. Look how much trust this keeper has in his teammates. From way back there, he saw Mbappe signaling left, and he went for it. If it weren't for that heads up, he wouldn't have made the save. Okay, this one honestly looks like it was made with AI. This might be the first time you've ever seen a backheel goal. Still don't get how the keeper didn't react to that one. This penalty looks straight out of a football anime. Just unreal. This is the same goalkeeper who stopped that Pirlo-style penalty in a Champions League final. Dudek saved one of the most important penalties in Liverpool's entire history. Was this on purpose? I kinda doubt it. He probably just slipped for real. But hey, it worked out in the end. You know those weak chip shots that goalkeepers can read from a mile away? Yeah, this one only went in because it was Ibra. Look at this genius move. His whole body set up for a right foot shot, but at the last second, he switches to his left and completely fools the keeper. I gotta admit it, this is the first time I've ever seen someone score a penalty with a Rabona. No one noticed he was messing up the penalty spot, making it slippery so the next guy would slip before shooting. From this camera angle, I can totally see how that's possible. The real question is, how hard is it really to save a penalty like that? This dude tried one of those fancy run-ups, and what's funny is that the opponent could see it coming from miles away. But I doubt he predicted the shot would be that bad. And I just want to know who came up with this nonsense. That's hands down the worst penalty run-up I've ever seen in my whole life. And this awful chip from Chicharito was so bad it even made the opposing keeper mad. And look at this clueless guy. He tried to pull off a cheeky chip and just ended up embarrassing himself. Okay, this next one takes guts. He looked the keeper right in the eye, walked up slow, and scored a beauty. But the ref sent him off, saying it was an illegal hesitation move. Yuri Alberto from Corinthians might have just pulled off one of the ugliest penalty attempts in football history. Imagine being one of your club's most expensive signings ever and then taking a penalty like that. I don't even know what this guy was going for. Maybe he was trying to place it, but he overdid it so bad it turned into a soft back pass. This guy's a tough, hard-tackling midfielder, and when he finally gets to take a penalty, he goes for a fake-out and a hop. And as if missing an important penalty with the chip wasn't enough, the goalkeeper clowned on him by juggling the ball right after saving it. And seriously, someone needs to ban this goofy run-up already. I don't know how anyone thinks it actually helps the kicker. What blows my mind is that he tried to place it and still managed to sky it right down the middle. Didn't even go to the side. I don't think I could do that even if I tried. And of course, we couldn't let this one out. This penalty is on a whole different level. You can't even tell if he was trying to chip it, place it, or curve it away from the keeper. The funniest part? He tried that against Dida. This one's borderline insane. He didn't slip, didn't lose his balance, he just sent the ball flying for no reason. And it didn't even look like he hit it that hard. People usually say that a saved penalty is just a badly taken one. But how could anyone say this guy took it badly? Buffon was an absolute monster on this save. Another ridiculous chip attempt. But the worst part was the rebound. Yep, that was the number 10 for the Netherlands. This guy had already made up his mind to go for the chip. The problem? 2 meters before even reaching the ball, it was so obvious what he was about to do. What really annoys me is how this chip trend keeps spreading. Even the most awkward defenders in the world try it, and they don't have any body control to fool a keeper. The goal's massive, but somehow this guy, even taking it slow and trying to place it, still managed to miss by almost a full meter. I can only imagine how nervous these players must be. The goal is huge. You can understand hitting the post maybe, but missing that bad? Come on. At least this next guy tried to go for power, but his whole body gave away that he was shooting straight down the middle. And you really think rebellious young Neymar wasn't gonna try this kind of thing? Of course he did, and as expected, it went horribly wrong. This one was, creative, I guess. Instead of doing the classic chip, the guy tried that cheeky little dink you'd usually pull off in a one-on-one with the keeper.